Hi everybody, welcome to Sudden Strike 4 on the PlayStation 4, and this is the closing stages of the Battle of Tobruk. Now we're playing the German or the Axis campaign from the Africa DLC, and as I say, this is the closing stages of the, I think it's the second battle in the Axis campaign. And this is probably one of my favourite campaign story missions in the whole of Sudden Strike 4, to be honest. I've got a bit of a soft spot for the North African War, with the Germans versus the British, and obviously the Italians and the Americans. Well, the Americans later on, and the Italians, you know, starts off with. There's something about driving around in Tiger tanks, and actually I'm not sure if there's Tigers, but Panzer IVs, and that sort of stuff. In the desert environment, and what's happened in this particular mission is you start off in the desert trying to break through the defensive lines into Tobruk, then you get into Tobruk itself and you've got a fight sort of from, well, I say from street to street. There's only really 3 capture points. Now, one of the things I do with Sudden Strike 4 is I enjoy playing it on easy because I like winning. And when you start ramping up the difficulty level, it does start getting a lot more difficult, but there's lots of different mechanics at play within Sudden Strike 4. For example, if you can see here, I've split my armour into 2 main groups, and we've been attacking this sort of strong point. And you can see that all my tanks have fortified themselves. Some of them need some fuel, which is really cool. And although I've had Sudden Strike 4 for probably more than a year now, you kind of learn more about it the more and more you play. And obviously, one of the difficulties about playing this sort of game on a console is the control method. You know, you're using a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard, and so getting used to being able to command units quickly, especially individual units, can be a bit tricky. But the more you play, the more you get used to it, and the faster you get at it, the more effective you are in combat. Obviously, you can pause the game, but you can't issue commands and things while the game's paused. You know, this is a RTT or an RTS, real-time tactics, real-time strategy. So if you're looking at this thinking, oh, I fancy having a go, normally you can pick up Sudden Strike 4 in one of the sales every few weeks on the PlayStation or the Xbox, or probably on the PC as well. And the DLC, this is the Africa DLC. It's not very expensive anyway, but I think there's Africa DLC and there's the Pacific DLC as well. It normally goes on sale as well, and yeah, it's great fun. Now, each mission, if you like, level can take over an hour to play sometimes, especially if you're being quite conservative like I am, where I tend to send little soldiers forward to do some scouting. And then I'll keep, like here, I've got my supply trucks and my reserve trucks in reserve just in case. But actually, even playing like this, you've got to be careful, because earlier on in this particular story, what happened was I'd done this sort of thing. I'd broken through at one part of the lines, and then as I was consolidating my armour and my soldiers and resupplying, the British counterattacked from the back, and all of a sudden my supply vehicles were getting attacked by all these tanks, so I had to quickly change my position. Now I'm bringing up my 88mm here. I don't really use the 88mm in this story very much, this campaign mission. They're great defensive guns, but they don't have that much. Well, no, they don't have that much range. It's quite tricky to use them offensively. Generally, you'll use them or I use them like in a defensive position to fortify them, and then they can add support at range, or if there's going to be a counter attack, they're great at taking out tanks. But because they're towed, you've got to tow them into position, make sure they're pointing the right way, and do all that sort of stuff. But anyway, what I'll do is I'll just leave you with the gameplay. Feel free to skip through it and see what you want to play. And when you're watching gameplay in Sudden Strike 4, you might think, ooh, sometimes it might seem a little bit slow what's going on, but trust me, when you're in the middle of it and you're thinking, okay, I've got these tanks here, I've got to send scouts up here just to see what's going on, because your soldiers, if they're lying down, the enemy have difficulty see them, and they can see quite far away, whereas your armour can't. You know, they can't see very far away. You don't want them blundering in to a load of field guns who can take them out quickly. You've got recon air you can bring in. There's heavy bombers and ground attack aircraft you can bring in. Oh, and I should explain this actually. So what you see there is, as the lighter parts of the map are spreading across, that's like a fog of war effect. So any enemy units within that darker area you can't see. like my scouts have suddenly, they've just come into contact with some enemies and it's like, run away, run away. But anyway, I'll leave you with the gameplay. Watch it. I thoroughly recommend Southern Strike 4. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, this looks interesting, get it. Watch my beginner's guide video because it can be a bit complicated stuff with, but you'll enjoy it. It's a great story, and it's great having this sort of era of game, isn't it? World War II games on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, and the PC. Anyway, that's enough from me. Put your questions and comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon.
Jawohl. Beeilung!
Zu Befehl. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst.
Befehle, Kommandant?
Bewegung, Soldaten!
Bandagen sind einsatzbereit. Verstanden. In Bewegung, Kommandant.
Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst.
Wir sind einsatzbereit, Kommandant.
Auf dem Weg! Hostile Units!
Ja, Kommandant?
Feuer!
Bewegen unmöglich! Befehle, Kommandant?
Befehle, Kommandant?
Ja, Kommandant!
Infanterie einsatzbereit. Der Feind! Auf dem Weg!
Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Wir sind einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Bereit zum Angriff. Wir sind einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Zu Befehl.
Infanterie in Bewegung! Befehle? Einsatzbereit, Kommandant.
In Bewegung, Kommandant. Zu Befehl. Erwarte Befehle. Wir reparieren und füllen nach. Auf dem Weg! Zu Befehl. Jawohl.
Erwarte Befehle.
Befehle, Kommandant?
Erwarte Befehle. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Jawohl. Infanterie in Bewegung. Infanterie in Bewegung. Infanterie in Bewegung. Der Feind. Bestätigt. Bereit für die Schlacht.
Hier kommt der Nachschub.
Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Bewegung, Soldaten! Ja, Kommandant. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst.
Zielen. Bestätigt. Hier kommt der Nachschub. Beeilung!
Jawohl. Bewegung, Soldaten! Infanterie einsatzbereit. In Bewegung, Kommandant. Bereit für die Schlacht. Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Infanterie einsatzbereit.
In Bewegung, Kommandant.
Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. In Bewegung, Kommandant. Infanterie einsatzbereit. Infanterie in Bewegung.
Kanone wird versetzt.
Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Infanterie in Bewegung. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Befehle, Kommandant? Auf dem Weg. Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst.
Ja, Kommandant? Kanone in Bewegung.
Zu Befehl. Na los! Befehle, Kommandant? Bewegung, Soldaten!
Zu Befehl.
Erwarte Befehle. Infanterie in Bewegung. Der Feind.
Aus allen Rohren!
Infanterie in Bewegung. Bewegung, Soldaten.
Feuer!
Ja, Kommandant. Befehle, Kommandant? Koordinaten, Kommandant? Artillerie einsatzbereit.
Zu Befehl. Na los! Befehle, Kommandant? Beeilung!
Kanonen einsatzbereit.
Zu Befehl.
Koordinaten, Kommandant? Koordinaten, Kommandant? Befehle?
Brauche einen Sani!
Zu Befehl. Ja, Kommandant.
Wie lauten die Koordinaten?
Befehle, Kommandant? Auf dem Weg! Zu Befehl.
Beeilung.
Ja, Kommandant.
Zu Befehl. Bereit für die Schlacht.
Hier kommt der Nachschub.
Infanterie meldet sich zum Dienst. Befehle, Kommandant? Zu Befehl.
Enemy sighted! Jawohl!
Jawohl. Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Koordinaten, Kommandant? Fahrzeug funktionstüchtig. Ob Ziel in Sicht.
Infanterie einsatzbereit.
Ja, Kommandant. Ziel bestätigt.
Target destroyed!
Ziel bestätigt.
Bewegung, Soldaten.
Verstanden, Kontrollturm. In Bewegung, Kommandant. Jawohl.
Bereit für die Schlacht.
Panzerbrecher meldet sich zum Dienst.
Verstanden, Kontrollturm. Auf dem Weg. Na los! Auf dem Weg.
Jawohl. Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Bewegung, Soldaten. Kommandant.
Hier kommt der Nachschub.
Bewegung, Soldaten!
Feuer!
Hier kommt der Nachschub.
Infanterie in Bewegung!
Einsatzbereit, Kommandant. Fliege zum Ziel.
Feind gesichtet!
Congratulations! We've just occupied Tobruk and thereby have gained tons of armaments that will be vital for the continued war effort.